minutes late. Won't know too much. Don't forget, there's always Georgia Miles for the beginning.
Can have fatal consequences. Expanding access to medical abortion, particularly in remote areas with underqualified health practitioners and a lack of clinics equipped to deal with serious adverse events, puts women's lives at risk. Instead of simply pushing for abortion, imagine if the Greens actually addressed the underlying societal issues that drive women to seek abortion in the first place. But this bill, and indeed many of the Greens' policies, are inherently anti-women. Because at the end of the day, it's not about women. It's about blindly following ideology at all costs, even at the cost to women.
They don't even know what a woman is!
If passed, the Greens bill will endanger women. It will create more victims of abortion, both unborn children and women, and it will force hospitals to close and health professionals to leave their jobs, which would cripple New South Wales' already strained healthcare system.
I think I beat you this time.
However, while the bill may belong to the Greens, it only passes the Parliament with Labour support. I call on all members of Parliament to reject this radical bill, but Premier Chris Minns, it is your responsibility to lead your party in rejecting this anti-women, anti-children, anti-freedom law, and to put an end to activists running this state.
Don't be a murderer, Minns! Where are you, Minns? Don't be a murderer!
So we need Chris Minns to lead and put an end to activists running New South Wales. Is that what we want? We need Chris Minns to man up, don't we? And there are so many amazing men in this crowd today. And you know what? You know what? There would be far less abortions. There would be fewer babies killed if men stepped up like the men here today. Did you know that in America, because we don't have the data here, but in America, the vast majority of women that go in to kill their baby, to have an abortion, let's call it what it is killing a baby. And the vast majority of women that go in to kill their baby to end their life, 86% of them do not have a man by their side. So men, we need you to step up for the women of our state. And so in a moment, I'm going to ask the ladies to be quiet. And I know my husband will tell you it's pretty hard to get me to shut up. And I'm sure that's true for some of the other ladies in the crowd. But ladies, we're going to zip it. Because in a moment, we're going to get the men of New South Wales to speak up for the babies and to protect the women of this state. Men, can you give me a cheer? Can you give me a cheer? And I want the men of this state, I want the men of New South Wales to cheer Minns must act. 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 Give yourselves a big round of applause. We're doing a lot of chanting tonight, but the reality is the federal election is less than 2 months away, and Albo needs our vote. He needs Western Sydney and New South Wales Labor. They know it. They know they need people of faith to vote for them if they want to be in government. And my message to you tonight is to say, you must make this the issue for your vote. Because if a party, if a politician religious freedom, if they stand up for babies in the womb, if they stand up for women, then we know that they are good. But if they don't, then we know that they are bad. We know that they are bad, and so it's as simple as that, guys. If you want to know who to vote for, you just ask them, what's your position on this bill? And if they say to you, oh, it's a federal election and that's a state-based bill, that's the politician's answer, okay? And so what you then say is, what you might say, guys, what you might then say, if the person that you speak to says it's not a state-based issue, you need to turn around to that person, that politician, and you say, the Greens want to do this across Australia. The Greens want to make it so that every public hospital in Australia performs abortions. So this is not just about New South Wales, this is about our country. So you need to know when you vote at the federal election, you cannot vote for New South Wales Labor if Chris Minns and New South Wales Labor does not block this bill. Have we got that? Our message to Tony Burke and Chris Bowen. You might go to church on a Sunday. Albo, you might tell us that you're from a Catholic family. We don't give a shit.
Catholic by name!
We don't believe that BS anymore. We're sick of it. We're sick of you doing this and then killing babies on the side. Albo, Burke, Bowen, Claire, any of those New South Wales Labor people that need us to vote for them, tell us your position on this bill and block that bill. Block that bill. Block that bill! 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 We just had a week and we have 5,000 people here tonight. Imagine 2 weeks before the federal election, we will have 10,000 people here. So if the New South Wales Parliament, if New South Wales Labor does not want this to be a federal election issue, you need to kill this bill now. I want to introduce you to a man who without this rally would not have happened. Charlie Bacchus is an amazing man, but I want to also introduce you to Josh from ACL, because when we knew this was happening, I called Josh, because I live in Adelaide, you guys know that, I'm a Sydney girl, but I married an Adelaide boy. Some people say that was a mistake, but honestly it was the best decision of my life. But I called up Josh and I said, what should we do? And Josh manned up straight away and he's like, let's do something, because we have to do something. And so we put on this rally with less than a week's notice. Can we please welcome Josh from the Australian Christian Lobby?
Well, can I get a big shout for life and for babies? Come on. I don't think that many of you realize just how important it is that you are all out here tonight to take this stand, to stake a post in the ground and to stand for life, to make this demonstration to the members of Parliament in this House is so profound. It is so important. So give yourself a round of applause. Thank you for coming out, Sydney, to stand for life. Now, I get the honour of making some thanks. So when I thank each of these groups, I want you to give a big shout out. And the first one is once more to our members of Parliament, to the members who stake a post in the ground and stand for life, who stand against this abortion. Can I get a big cheer for those members? Come on. want to give a big shout out to our volunteers and to those who have made this event a possibility. Can we shout out to them? Yeah. I also want to give a big thanks to New South Wales Police. They have been so helpful in stopping of any obstruction to this rally. They've cooperated with us. They've made this a possibility for us to stand for life tonight here in Sydney. So give a big round of applause to them as well.
Can you get rid of my demerit points?
Now, it would be remiss of me as a Christian lobbyist not to quote a great theologian, and I want to quote Dietrich Bonhoeffer. Now, this man is the founder of the Confessing Church, a church which valiantly resisted the Nazi regime, especially as it infiltrated the German church. And he said this, he said, "Silence in the face of evil is evil itself. God will not hold us guiltless. Not to speak is to speak. Not to act is to act. We must act. We must speak. We must come into the streets. We must champion life. We must stake our post in the ground." I want to thank you for taking the time to come out this evening, for giving up time with your family, for leaving early for work.
Family's here!
Oh, fantastic, your family's here. For those families who are here, thank you for taking that time and staking that post, but I want to go a step further, and that is to consider each and every one of our individual responsibility to use our voice in our family, in our community, locally, to stand up for life, to be leaders, both men and women in our community. And that's my call to action tonight. We have printed off lots of these flyers. If you have not got one yet, look for people in fluoro vests. They're distributing them to you. This is a flyer with a QR code on it, which will allow you to contact your local member. Now, let me tell you, I was moving around Parliament today. There are a lot of members who want to reject this bill, but sometimes they're afraid. And they need you to stand up in your community and to stand for life. You need to contact them and stake your post in the ground. Express to them your concerns for life and that you want this bill rejected. They need to hear from you. When you get home for me, please scan this QR code and take the time to write a letter to your local member.
Join your local church and worship Jesus as King.
We must be the light in the darkness. We must speak up for truth. We must speak up for life. And to close out, excuse me, gentlemen, to close out this afternoon, I want to, on behalf of ACL, to pray for the rejection of this bill. So I would ask if everyone could be quiet. I'm going to pray to the Lord that this bill would be rejected. Lord Jesus, Lord, we thank you for your lordship. God, we pray that this bill would be defeated in its entirety. God, we know that you are above and beyond this legislation. Lord, we know that you love and create life. And we stand together, Lord, and pray that this bill in Jesus' name would be defeated. And everyone said, amen. Amen. Let's get one big more cheer for life and to reject this bill.
Christ is King! Christ is King! Christ is King! Christ is King!
Tomorrow we have to get to work. You might have thought the work was coming today, but we actually have to get to work. Because the only thing a lot of the people in this place care about is job security. And do you know who controls their jobs? We do. So tomorrow we are meeting outside the office of Labor MP Nathan Haggerty in Leppington. We are meeting leggedy, haggity, haggity, haggity. There we go. You can go to my Instagram, Facebook, and you can see the details. 108 Ingleburn Road. We're meeting at 9:30. We're going to letterbox his seat. Because you know what we have to do is we have to organise our community. We have to make sure that everybody knows about this bill. We have 5,000 here tonight, but the next time we do this rally, just before the federal election, we want 10,000. So I need you. So tomorrow, I want to meet you at 9:30 a.m. outside the office of Labor MP Nathan Haggerty. Just an hour of your time. Wear your walking shoes. Don't wear the high heels.
He's behind you!
And he may be in the Labor Party, but we want the Labor Party to vote against this bill. We want all
Listen
the
to your
Labor
owner!
to
Listen
vote
to
against
your
this bill.
owner! Don't wait!
This week it's Nathan. Next week it'll be a different Labor MP. And we're going to keep going. Labor MP, after Labor MP, after Labor MP. Are you with me? Are you with me? Because it is not good enough. It is not good enough. It is not good enough for Chris Minns or Nathan Haggerty or any other sort of person in the party, the Labor Party, to tell me they're not going to vote for this bill. You need to make the caucus vote against this bill. It is not good enough to say, I am pro-life, I wouldn't have an abortion. No, abortion kills a baby. We all need to be pro-life. The same thing with this bill. It is not good enough to say that I will vote against this bill. You need to make sure that your party votes against this bill as a party, and that is my message to Chris Minns, Nathan Haggerty, and every single member of New South Wales Labor. So I will see you at 9:30. I will see you at 9:30 a.m. tomorrow. Will you be there? 9:30 a.m. We're going to letterbox his seat. It'll take 1 hour of your time. Now to close us out, I'm going to introduce you to two amazing young women. This year, it's been a dream of my heart that we would have young women leading our movement and speaking up for a new generation of women that want to stand up for the babies in utero and for this next generation, because we need a new pro-life generation in this country. We're sick of the second wave feminist dinosaurs. Who's sick of those second wave feminist dinosaurs? We need authentic voices for young women. We don't need Amanda Cone pretending to be on the side of women, but she doesn't even know what a woman is. We need women to speak for women who know what a woman is, don't we? And so, this year, an organisation called Bird Flip. Can you hear that? Bird Flip. Bird Flip is a new organisation on social media, so on Instagram and Facebook, YouTube and X. I want you to follow Bird Flip, because this is staffed by young women who are going to build a culture of life in our country. Can we please welcome Anna and Pieta?
Hello Sydney, how are we tonight? I'm Anna, this is Pieta. We just want to leave you guys in a couple of chants, because as everyone's been saying tonight, these people in this building behind us are deciding our futures, and we're not okay with that. So I want everyone, when they leave this place, to not have Pressure on them. Ready? Chris Minns. Chris Minns.
Burn the bill in the bin.
Chris Minns. Chris Minns.
Burn the bill in the bin.
Chris Minns. Chris Minns.
Burn the bill in the bin.
Chris Minns. Chris Minns.
Burn the bill in the bin.
Chris Minns. Chris Minns.
Burn the bill in the bin.
Gotta be louder, guys. Come on. Chris Minns. Chris Minns.
Burn the bill in the bin.
Chris Minns. Chris Minns.
Burn the bill in the bin.
Chris Minns. Chris Minns.
Burn the bill in the bin.
Chris Minns. Chris Minns.
Burn the bill in the bin.
One more. Ready? At the top of your lungs. Chris Minns. Chris Minns.
Burn the bill in the bin.
Round of applause. Nicely done, everyone. We're gonna do one more now. We're gonna do a classic. We're going to chant in unison, screaming at the top of our lungs. Stand for life. 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 Louder. Stand for life. Stand for life. Stand for life. Stand for life. Round of applause. Thank you so much, everyone. You guys are amazing.
God will not be mocked. God will not be mocked.
Weren't they amazing? They were so good. So, Sydney, I promised we'd go for an hour, and I'm going to keep my promise. Unlike a politician, I'm going to keep my promise, and I'm going to send you home. But I've got a job for you to do. You need to tell 5 people about this bill. You need to letterbox your community and ring your MP. You need to make sure that when you vote at the next election, you vote on this issue. And I want to see you at 9:30 tomorrow outside the office of Nathan Haggerty in Leppington. Thank you so much for coming tonight. Thank you so much. I cannot believe this crowd. I cannot believe that in less than a week we got 5,000 people to come out on a weeknight. That is just amazing. And if Chris Minns and New South Wales Labor think that we're finished, well, we are just getting started, aren't we? Because we are going to make sure that this bill doesn't pass, that we stand up for our freedom, and that today we draw a line in the sand for our country, for our freedom, for our children. I'm a mother of 5 beautiful children, and I want our country to be safe for them. Is that what you want, guys? So, as I bid you goodnight, I want you to take that home. I want you to remember the 10-year-old girl who I spoke to earlier today, who has this dream to become a nurse. But if Chris Minns and New South Wales Labor allows this bill to pass, she won't be able to be a nurse because she doesn't want to be an abortionist. She doesn't want to kill babies. She wants to help mums, and she wants to birth babies. And so for that little 10-year-old girl, and for all our children, and for the future of our country, we must stand together and fight against this bill. Thank you so much, Sydney, for coming out. And see you next
Did you work it out?
That's good, man. This was the Bulldogs corner. That's it. Bulldogs. I'll see you at the end of the game, boys. Yes. Hey, that's oh, yes. Looking right at me. Brian, come. Stevie, we'll take a photo. Brian, come, Stevie. All right, viewers. We're still going. We're still here. I'm packing up. See you, bro. Right. Where are you going? Hold on, Anthony. Don't walk away from the camera while I... Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Anthony's walking straight away. Look at that. He's running away from the camera. Don't walk away from the interview. Go on. Look at that. Look at Anthony. He can't face the music. Come on, take it up.
G'day, guys.
That was a
How
great
many
walk
people
away.
you got?
I don't know.
20,
Enough.
20
Who is
people,
it?
30 people?
No, it's just me. I'm streaming, but I'm not looking at the number. How you been?
I'm all about the number. No, good.
You have become a social media sensation. You're on Sky News. Canavan read you out in Hansard, I think. But it hasn't all been good. You've also faced plenty of blowback from megastars like Avi Yemeni.
Yeah, I know. And then he has the audacity to say that I'm a small social media influencer from Melbourne that got in trouble during COVID, but big enough to have a 15-minute hit piece dedicated to me, you know. And then how did that hit piece go?
Well, if you read the comments,
Just read the comments.
could have been better handled. And I can say I love a good hit piece. If it's well made, I think Avi could have. Research is important. We're going to start with that.
I actually wish the hit piece was a good one.
I love a good hit piece.
I like a bit of fun, bit of spice. But yeah, you know, it is what it is.
But
I've
Sam,
just been here. I haven't been here for this protest. I've been here for the hate speech repeal. So for those that don't know, the inquiry got passed this afternoon. Thanks to John Roddick and thanks to Rod Roberts.
Yep.
So that's in the works, but that won't happen until maybe after the election, the federal election.
Who do you like at the federal election?
Fuck, man. I don't know. It's a really bad look. It's probably going to be Liberal if I had to, gun to my head, had to pick. But both options suck.
Yep.
We're really torn.
One
between
nation?
two. I mean, with the preferences, I'm going to encourage people to vote for the minor parties, no doubt about that. But in terms of federal leader, we're stuck between two shit choices.
Malcolm Roberts went on the arc to try and explain why he abstained from voting in the hate speech bill. Did you buy it?
He made bad decisions from the jump, from abstaining it. He also looked like he was in the middle of a hostage situation during that interview with Pauline Hanson. But yeah, I mean, like we just said before, it's all about the comments. Read the comments. Read the sentiment of the constituents. People didn't like the fact that they abstained. Abstaining is as good as voting yes.
Seeing the abstention and so much else certainly has me shocked with the state of Australian politics.
But, you know, I still support them. You know, at the end of the day, politicians are going to do what's best in the best interest of their party as well. So.
That is a grown-up, sensible way to do it. People were very mad with Matt Canavan, and I understand.
Trust me, I'm mad at him because 3 months ago he shouts me out, and then 3 months later he fucking pulls that stunt.
I understand that more if I can vouch for him because he's part of a large party, a broad church. He cannot move the entire party himself. Do you want Canavan to just bowl overboard and leave the party and cross the floor? Because that was what happened. Antic has done the work. He has members in South Australia. He cannot be turfed out on that issue. Yeah. Canavan as a senator does not have such a thing. So that's where with Matt and to a degree with Bridget as well, they can't just cross the floor like that. Yeah. One nation who control their own executive did not have such an excuse.
It's all good. You know, at the end of the day, we'll take the good from the bad and then we'll weed all the shit eventually out. But it's going to take a bit of time, unfortunately.
Is it working? Is he going to be able to work the shit out? You think it's working?
Yeah, it's working great.
Mr. Camera Guy, how you doing?
How you going? Good to see you, mate.
Good to see you too.
I'm just speaking with Australians Against the Agenda about who he's backing in the federal election, and it's never had to be Liberal. I mean, this is better than the alternative, right?
It'll have to be Liberal in terms of the major party leaders, but yeah, definitely thinking a strong libertarian One Nation Senate would be great. We need the Senate to protect us from any more shit bills getting passed this year. And if we can get, another 2, 3, 4 Freedom Senators in there, that'd be fantastic.
I'm going to cross over to Steve Christo after he's done here.
Good man.
Libertarian Party, he's just finished up a promo. Australians Against the Agenda, Anthony Kalu. Thanks very much. Oh, one more question. Do you hate Jews?
Nah, I love them. I love
Exactly.
everyone.
Right. All right. There you go.
I just
On
hate
the
bad
record.
policy.
There you go.
And whoever's lobbying them,
I was
don't like it either.
I was standing next to. Wait, hold on, Kofi. You have a beef with Kofi? Is he a bad guy?
I don't know the guy. I have a beef with people that are influencing bad legislation that are going to infringe on our rights. And I don't care if you're Jewish or fucking Arab or whatever.
So you're all right with Kofi? Okay. All right.
I'm cool with everyone.
There you go. So they got beef with you. You don't have beef with them.
I have beef with bad policy and people that want it and encourage it.
There you go. All right. Anthony, thanks for that. Hey, good.
Hey,
Steve.
Hey, Chris.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, likewise,
Just
mate.
finishing up with Anthony here.
I loved
G'day,
your bit, what you did on the Borkham Hills trans girls. I saw that.
Mate, all it was, I'm just sitting on a park bench, not doing much.
I
Screaming to
saw.
like 3 people, and
Yeah.
the CEO's like, "Oh, you blah blah blah."
Oh yeah, you can't do that. No,
Like I was-
you handled him well.
That was a great example of a non-story becoming something that he didn't need to be. So,
Good on you,
Moron.
mate. You been well?
yeah, I've been alright. Been in the US for a while. Went to CPAC. Got a couple of stories there.
Yeah.
You've joined the Libertarians since we last spoke.
I have, yeah.
Is it like with the Libertarians? Are you gonna make a difference? Is there something that's going to be able to push Libertarians to support the issues you care about, that OLC really cared about, abortion, euthanasia?
Look, if I didn't think I could make a difference, I wouldn't join. I'm not the type to sit in a party and be told what to do, mate. I honestly mean that. So, I'm me. I'm always going to stick up for what I believe in, but I think I can contribute to the group.
Good. Now, Libertarians have traditionally been quite pro-choice when it comes
Yep.
to this issue.
Yeah.
Do you think you're going to be able to get some sensible, change the party a little bit to get some sensible limits, or is that still where you're at? Like, how are you going to change your traditionally pro-choice party?
Well, I think the New South Wales branch is pretty different to the rest of them from what I've seen. And at the end of the day, people are membership, and the more members that go in, views change. So we're going to help it grow, and we'll see where we go.
Where are you running?
I'm not running the federal election. They're probably going to put me in an upper house senate.
Yep.
Just to help out the ticket.
Yep.
They've got a unity ticket going there. I was going to run number 2 behind Craig.
Yep.
Now they've got a unity ticket, so I'll probably sit as a Libertarian number 2 at number 4.
Yep.
But mate, I'm happy at Cumberland for now.
Yep.
And I just do what I do. It's all about the issues.
Who are some candidates you like? Kamanzuli and McMahon.
Kamanzuli, absolutely. McMahon, obviously, our own Libertarian candidates as well. We've got Victor Tay and Gemma Lucy out there as well. And at the end of the day, we just need to get more people elected, especially from the minor parties, because I'm finding, I've been in politics a long time, and Labor and Liberal, they're pretty much the same these days. Like, Liberal's just a Labor light. So, they've just got to keep opening the door and keep persisting, and slowly, you get a bigger gap.
Lovely. Steve Christo, former OLC, now Libertarians rather than OLC. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Chris.
Thanks,
Take
mate.
care, buddy.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
That was great to get a couple of minutes of Steve.
I
The
think they made me
the beefless Australian. Well, you don't have an agenda. You're now against people with agendas. No, Kofi. Maybe there's a beef that doesn't exist there, but it's always good to try and heal bonds that aren't otherwise there. So
No, I mute and silence all that
Hello.
crap and move on.
we are live here. Say hello. This is Steve Christo.
I don't know who he's talking to, and then I realize who you are.
Well, the news. No.
Sorry.
Hello.
How are you?
News.
You all right?
Can I introduce this? People won't know who you are at home. We're live streaming. You know me. I'm a live streamer. That's what it is.
Of course. Are you doing it now?
Yes, right now. So you're going to tell people who you are.
I'm Steve Christo's wife.
Yes.
Yes.
And Steve Christo is who we were just speaking with.
Yes.
Was OLC, now Libertarians.
Yes.
Around the book ban. You remember that book?
Yes, that's
right. They
right.
wanted to put
Yes.
kids. They wanted to put
Yes.
transgender books in the kids section and refused an amendment to put them in the adult section.
Correct. Yes.
Yes?
That's right.
How is it? How is it being a politician's wife?
Oh, it's full on. It's big role. You gotta be very supportive and believe like what your partner is doing and also what you wanna believe. So I support him in everything he does because whatever he does it from his heart, and he believes something, he goes all the way. So that's my man.
Is it what you signed up for? Because is this all of this what you signed up for? When he first got into politics, did he come to you and say,
I had no idea
No
that
idea.
he's a politician. Absolutely, I was not a politic person. I never was. But now that I know more and more about it, I love it and I support him all the way.
Steve, this is real love. I can see you welling up there, mate.
Oh, she's a good girl, and I'm very lucky. When I met Vic, she knew nothing about politics, and she said to me, "Steve, I don't care. I'll support you till the end of the world." And she's a good girl, and I appreciate that. And I'm fortunate to be surrounded by good people, like my sister Anne as well. And I call her sister, but I'm just fortunate. I've got a lovely wife, and God's blessed me.
I didn't know this was you. I didn't know this. I've seen Anne before. I didn't know that you were a sister.
I call her a sister.
I'm like a sister.
Oh, like a sister.
Yeah.
We're all in the same kind of mix like that. You've got a good look at this team that you've got with you.
But you need, in politics, you need an awesome team. You need an army. And I'm very fortunate to have a great group of people because I honestly can't do it without their help. And this woman's number one.
100%.
I've seen a lot of people inside the Liberal Party just fail. How many people will just tell you what you want to hear, make you lots of promises? Oh, we know someone who's been inside the Liberal Party. So to have someone that loves, cares and adores for you. Tanya Davies run into this problem. I asked her husband about it. And I said, isn't it difficult? And his view was, on the stream was, well, once you make up your mind, it's easy. Once you make that decision, it's easy. So I think that's what I'm seeing here. You guys made up your mind?
Yeah,
It'll
you're
be
going to be
easier.
a teamwork.
No, we've made up our mind. We've made up our minds, and I've got to say, we run the forums all because of Anne and Anne's hard work. She organises that forum at Guildford once a month, last Thursday of the month. Come out to your freedom forums and hear the good work. Hear people speak. And thank you, Chris. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Steve. See you, Vicky. Nice to see you again.
See you too.
See you next time.
See you next
Bye.
time.
See you next time. Do you want to say? I'll let Greg on. Hi, Greg. Is he around?
No, it's at another forum.
Oh, good. I'll see if I can find him. Thanks, Steve. See you, mate. Thank you. See you soon. Oh, that was running. We were running into those guys there. Let me pack down a couple of. Oh, I love that. Could you? Yeah, let me twist that. Let me twist it. What, this is the flash of the photos that I'll pull down later.
Nice to meet you. I'll see how I go. I've got appointments.
I probably should mention this to you that I remember when I was starting first year uni at a prep program 5 years ago when they had this bill thing happen 5 or 6 years ago. I remember when they were, I interviewed both the pro-life and pro-choice people here.
Yep.
And that was an eye-opener for me. And whilst I should make it clear that I did support the bill back then, however, this is a step too far. I'm not okay with stripping away people's rights and protections like this.
Yep. Okay. There you go.
It's just not acceptable.
Of the speakers you know here, who do you know of the speakers?
I know Joanna Howe. I remember her during a Border Live bill thing. And the rest, I'm not too sure about it. Thanks.
Fair enough. All right, man. I'm going to keep running around if I can.
All right, I will. Good luck, mate.
Thanks, mate. Hello, stranger. Haven't you since CPAC?
Since 2023.
Haven't seen this man since CPAC 2023 or whatever it was.
It's been a hot minute.
I mean, it has been a hot minute. What's happened?
Have you been?
Well, I just came back from CPAC USA.
Oh, really good.
Hey, you can't just, he's leaving on me. Johnny Yaps is leaving on me.
Success.
I'm going to have a shot of James Flynn from Newcastle. He's running away from the camera. Look at that, hiding. He's running from the camera. No, I just came back from CPAC USA. I'm queuing up for Joanna behind you.
Oh, yeah. A bit of a media line going. So.
Yeah, everyone wants a piece of her. I'm going to do a walk and talk at the end as she's trying to flee.
Yeah. Oh, no comment. I can't say no. Obviously.
She will, but she'll just be like, I've got to leave.
Yeah.
So that's the conversation we had there.
Feel free to line up, and
I know, it's okay. I'll get it right at the end, but I'm just mentioning it because there's also, you may know Jamie Zhu, the quite infamous TikToker, YouTuber, just up there.
Oh yeah. I know. I've seen some of his videos. I've seen some of his videos. I try to keep offline.
You've been in his videos?
No, I've seen some.
Oh, you've seen some of his videos.
I try to keep, from being perpetually online. But
Chief Inspector! Chief Inspector coffee now. Holy moly. Times have changed. Time passes. Nice to see you again. Chief Inspector. Last time I saw him, I think he was merely a detective inspector. So,
time flies.
Oh, things change. BLM was just one of those times. He and I, and through COVID, saw each other many times. And I think once there was a constable who took a misliking to me, and I was almost about to get arrested through COVID. And Coffee was like, no, just give him a break. He's complying with the rules.
There we go.
And that's it.
They're not bad.
And I did try to comply with the rules through COVID.
Shout out to everyone
always.
for Mark McGowan during the COVID. That was horrible. I don't know if you've heard much through WA during Mark McGowan's reign, but shout out to all the Catholic communities out there.
Let me keep moving along here.
But yeah,
he's
keep
back.
going. Keep on.
He's back. Can we talk? All right. I'm going to shoot like this. Hello, can I? It's a pinky turn. No.
God bless you. Yeah, thank you.
Was a member from the Reverend tonight.
Ah, okay. Yeah, wonderful.
And I'm a granddaughter of survivors from the genocide.
Thank you so much for coming. Thank you very much for coming.
Do we know when are they going to debate and how long?
We're going to do it tonight.
Joanna is absolutely
So we did have that effect.
cute people who want to see her.
I think what they like, Windsor's obviously on the day.
I'm going to jump straight onto him.
God bless you. That's a great point about sovereignty.
No,
He's going to turn straight into a camera.
Kate was attacked by someone and her just while she's pregnant. That would be considered treason.
Oh, excellent. That's so nice.
So whether the mother says she wants the baby or not.
All right. I know you guys hate this, but it's YouTube time. FX30 monitor to a HDMI transmitter of some kind, HDMI Holy Line transmitter of some kind, to a YOLO box. To a YOLO box.
Yep.
FX2 FX30s. Oh, this is the YOLO box here.
Yep.
Right? So, transmitter, very nice. Receiver, YOLO box. Which you then put a SIM in. Oh, hello. Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
That's my bazooka.
Yep.
Hopefully I don't get in trouble here. So.
I don't get in trouble.
It's literally a bazooka. When I took it out of the car, out of the bag, everybody was like looking at me funny.
I gotta go, Chris.
We're going to walk and talk. Joel's got to run because he's going to have to do a post.
Gotta go back to the studio.
Let's do a walk and talk to the end. We can.
Yeah, sure. Well, I've got to say goodbye to a few people that have flown from SA. But mate, well done. Good to see you. Thank you, mate. Cheers. See you later.
He doesn't give interviews. Oh, do you give interviews? He
I don't give interviews, no.
He doesn't give interviews.
Why would I give an interview? He's a shadow worker. I'm a marginal Pokemon. Okay, let me ask the question.
Why would I give interviews? There you go. No, good. And you had a queue over the other side of the road.
Sure, we'll just watch out for the cops. I just want to say good.
Yeah, get in with Joanna. Go with Joanna. No,
mate,
she's not that way.
She's being mobbed right now.
She is being mobbed, but you've got your stick.
No,
Go.
I'll
You got
take a minute. We got to move. We got to let the pedestrians through. So if you can just stay to the side, please. Thank you. So, the cops, guys, can you stay to the side? We just need to let the pedestrians through.
Thank you, Bridget. We're going to have to go. We are going to have to go. It's going to be a lot of work.
Do you want to come like this side?
Let's go.
Guys, look this way, guys.
How do we get?
Oh, yeah. Joanna, give us one more. Give us one more. Hello. Squeeze, right? Got it.
Do you have like a newsletter or something?
More than happy to help them out. Yeah. 28-70 F2 with the R5 Mark II.
Yeah, of course.
Making far too much money here. Oh, his credit card balance is huge.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's always like
that. Either one or the other, one or the other. Australia, yeah, ACL over here. Let me get him over here. No, he's going to come to.
Do you mind if I ask you some
I'm
questions?
going to look back to Joanna, actually.
It's like, pro one choice only, Matt, but good luck to Joe. Keep up the good work.
Yes, I received your email and I was like, no, I have to go.
Thank you so much. Are you a doctor?
Yes, Rosalind Gomez, Mary Rosalind Gomez.
yeah.
I'm a GP trainer still.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for this initiative. I'm Christian, so religious, so I think
But you don't even have to be religious to be a doctor because it is so bad.
Just have to have a seat at the
Yeah, exactly. Are you a member of PHPA? Are you a member of PHPA, Pro-Life Health Professionals Australia? You can just join them. It's actually free. PHPA.life. You can look it up. The nurse that spoke is from PHPA.life. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
It's very good of both of you ladies who've put your own careers on the line to stand up for what's right. Yes, and that's wonderful. Yes.
Hi. Yes, I know.
My husband Joy, I thought I would just introduce you. And my four kids.
I'm going to give them a moment. Over there. Pile into Rachel.
Italy, France, Germany.
Can I cut in on Rachel Wong? Hi, Rachel. Nice to see you again.
Hi.
How do you answer the question when inevitably, or hopefully the ABC cover this, do you support a woman's right to choose?
A woman's right to choose.
How do you answer that one? It's a tough one.
I would say that the language of choice has been hijacked by the pro-abortion movement, and that the reality for women is that the majority of the time they have no real choice when it comes to the issue of abortion. A lot of women who seek abortion do so because they feel like they have no other choice, because they are dealing with domestic violence, inflexible work or study arrangements, a lack of financial, practical or emotional support. So I'd like to see real choice for women, and as I said before in my speech, imagine if the Greens actually addressed that. Imagine if they actually addressed societal issues that drive women to seek abortion in the first place, instead of just trying to provide them with more abortion.
Great answer. That's a great answer. Joanna has been in South Australia run into issues where she's been denied access in certain areas. I mean, is it a hit job, or is she running into the limits of what she can say within Parliament, how far she can push her issues?
I think she's definitely got a target on her back, Joe. Obviously, she's been incredibly vocal about this, and we've seen this on other issues as well. Like, obviously, I work across a range of issues affecting women and girls. Do a lot in relation to combating radical gender ideology. And once you're a person that the radical left doesn't like, you will get targeted. And so I think that Joe has definitely been targeted.
All right, cool, lovely. Rachel, thanks for your time. I'm going to go purely behind you. Unless there's anything else you want to say, your organisation, remember again?
My organisation is Women's Forum Australia.
Women's Forum Australia, which you can find at
womensforumaustralia.org or across social platforms, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn and X. Thanks.
Okay, cool. I'll see you next time.
Hello. How
Hi.
you going? This is my husband, Brett.
Once or twice we've exchanged a couple of Chris,
awesome.
don't forget you're live. I'm a live streamer.
Yes.
Always. Hello.
Hello. You did such an amazing job the other night. Well done.
I'm genuine.
Go
I
away.
know everyone's like,
Go
you did a
away.
good job. But no, I was just grumpy. I just want to film.
Yep.
I know everyone's like, oh yeah, it was really good for this angle. Genuinely, my side was, I just want to film the game.
No, but this is what I'm facing all the time. Like, they're trying to stop us from showing males in female sport. That's the problem. They'll come at you, they come at me, they come at whoever goes to those games or whoever speaks out against it. So I'm so thrilled that you did that.
If Riley or Maddie came up to me and said, hey, can we have a chat? I would genuinely sit there with them for 5-10 minutes on stream, halftime or after the game, and just listen to what they have to say. Because they may have a different view on, and I was speaking to another guy there, maybe it's a body weight issue. You can't have someone who is of a larger weight playing against someone who's slightly swallow it. Maybe it's a question
It's
of
not
90.
a body. It's not.
But I'll chat about that with you.
Of course you
That's
can.
fine.
But the point is, there's males and there's females, and they're not females. And this is female sport, and that's the point. They can play soccer. We want them to play soccer. We want them to play and have a great life. They can, you know, have long hair, call themselves different names. It's fine. But they're not women, so they don't belong in women's sport. It's that simple. It's not hard.
Your organisation is,
Binary. Binary.org.au.
and its cause is.
Standing for the reality of biological sex. There's males, there's females, that's all folks. Particularly for women's sex-based rights, child safeguarding, and parental rights. So yeah, it's a big battlefield at the moment.
Are you getting more and more calls from detransitioners, parents of, family of, looking for help and advice and support?
100%. We also, because we put out a book, Devastated, how gender ideology is tearing Australian families apart. 9 stories, very reflective of thousands of stories. So we're getting contacted by detransitioners and broken families every day of the week. Every day of the week. And it's heartbreaking.
Are you building what would be the alternate to OzPA, a de-Oz
Yes, look, there's a whole lot of practitioners at the moment, kind of behind the scenes. They actually met here at Parliament House last week, and they're trying to create a network and create a space that will be of medical professionals to support these people. I'm obviously in the political activism space, but I can direct people. We have some really great medical practitioners in New South Wales in particular that are brave, that will stand up, that will support these people, but we'll just do it behind the scenes at this point for their protection, basically.
Clearly. Thanks for the chat.
Great to see you, Chris. Keep it up.
Are you still being sued right now?
Yes, yep. I've got another court case on the 14th of April.
So wait, let me come back in for 1 second. What's the case about?
Vilification for identifying male in female sport and calling him male.
For those who haven't heard before, come back to the way to the top point. People want to know what this case is. Well, you've had a few cases, but this specific case.
I'm just not sure how much detail I can go into and not get in more trouble, but it's a male football player. I took a screenshot from a public Football New South Wales page. I reposted it. They're saying that that's vilification and that calling him a male is vilification, and I don't accept that. So I will defend it right to the end.
I'm guessing legal advice is not particularly free these days. Do you have an ACON or another support group that has a multi-million-dollar government grant that is funding you?
No, I have to raise it all myself.
Right.
So $75,000's been paid. We've still got another $100,000 to go, and that's not including this next hearing or the appeals that we have to make. So this is the thing. The process is the punishment. They are taxpayer funded. They are also represented by an agency that gets government grants. So they're fully taxpayer funded. Meanwhile, I have to raise it from supporters. That's all I can do.
And their donations won't be tax deductible to non-profits or government grants. And
but it's so important, because if we can't speak the truth, and if we're censored, if we're shut down, if we're gaslit, if we're threatened with legal action, we will lose so many more rights than what we've already lost. So women have been erased in law, and it's just bizarre, but the implications are just going to go on and on and on and on. So we have to draw that line in the sand now.
I guess this is the thin end when you speak to someone, voting doesn't matter, why vote or why get involved in political, is you're at the thin end of that wedge, which you have probably 1 million Australians who don't care, informal vote, don't get involved, and now you're at the thin end of 1 million Australians for 6, 9, multiple elections have not cared. These laws have been passed, and now you take a screenshot of something someone else posted online, and you end up $175,000 down, and you won't win. You're not going to get like a gold coin at the end of this, is there? There's not.
I'll get nothing except the vindication of being right, and I am right, regardless of what the courts decide. The law is wrong; it's bad laws. Julia Gillard removed the sex-based protections, but all of these politicians have continued to uphold that and have very little appetite to change it. Having said that, in the federal election, the upcoming federal election, both Liberal and Labor have no appetite. The Nationals have it as now part of their policy. They want to reinstate Sex Discrimination Act.
Federal or state?
Federal.
Federal National?
Federal Nationals, yes they do.
I don't believe.
I was actually,
no way.
yes, I was a part of, Alison Penfold took it right through from the grassroots to the state conference to federal conference and got it as part of their national policy.
The same Nationals who voted for the hate speech bill.
Correct.
Now want to restore.
I know it's bizarre. It's bizarre, but I'll give that credit where credit's due. And obviously, you've got parties like One Nation are so strong on this. Family First is so strong on this. Alphabet United. There are other parties. Most parties, because it's a common sense, reality, science-based thing.
Would you encourage people to join the Nationals branch? Do you think that moves things?
Ooh, possibly.
Well, the Nationals signed on to this, right?
They have signed on to it.
The needle got moved with Big Party, right? That's doing something.
It is. So, the Nationals in my area are pretty great when it comes to this sort of stuff.
Great.
So they're great.
Nationals great. Amazing. Things are happening.
They are.
Things are happening.
So the more, look, and especially if you do it en masse, like get lots of people, get your friends to join, get your neighbours to join, and go, because they have to listen to the people. And if you're not there at the meetings, and if you're not there talking to your member, they don't know what's going on. And honestly, they didn't know what was going on, and they're my local members. So you have to get in their faces, you have to pick up the phone, you have to email them, but join a branch, go along to the meetings, and make your voice heard.
Purely. Thanks for your time.
You're
Keep going.
welcome. Thank you.
As a free speech advocate who live streams and is often written, I absolutely hope you win.
Thank
I
you,
absolutely
Chris.
hope you win.
Thank you. Thank
so
you.
I'll see if I can put a link to the All right.
All right. See you later.
Back here, Lee. Mean tweets. Mean tweets, huh? Oh, we lost Joanna Howe? Oh no, Joanna's still. Oh, she's going to be there forever. Oh, look at this. Look at this one. No, I'm going to grab Joanna because I'm live as well.
Awesome.
How you going?
I'm good. I'm just going to say hi to some people, but I will be back.
Well, I'm going to ask.
Yeah.
Happened. Hey, man.
Weren't these guys like making fun of the whole everyone at the rally? The ones up there.
They want me to help him to. So
Hey, we gotta do good things for the world, you know.
All right, champ. How you going?
Nice to
Long
see you
time no
again.
see. You've been good.
Everyone knows everyone.
The last time we saw each other was covered in pepper spray.
Belfield.
Pepper spray, what happened? Oh, what you told me before, right?
What happened?
How you going? All right.
A little bit of
He
a-
wasn't there. He wasn't there.
But he told me about it. I met this guy at there was a transgender soccer match.
Don't forget I'm live.
That's okay, I don't care. There was a transgender soccer match on Sunday, women's team versus the training team, and I went and I saw this guy.
Women's
Filmed
team versus
together.
training team.
Yeah, bro.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would put money on the training team.
Well, me
They
too.
lost.
But they lost.
They lost.
But
But
the two blokes scored apparently, right?
Yeah, of the transgender team, the only people who scored were born
They
males.
lost.
They lost. They
Oh,
lost.
yeah, they lost though. I don't know how.
They only had 2 males on their team, born males on their team that game. And they've got some other good players, but the West Pymble team was playing hard. I don't know if you saw the West Pymble team do some of it.
I
put
didn't
some
see
of
it.
the-
I didn't see it.
Oh,
He
the
live
West
streams.
they were, and they went into it knowing that they were playing against a aggressive born male team, a transgender team, and yeah.
I
How'd you
only
go today?
noticed,
Did you get the crowd?
Yeah, it was good.
I only noticed one transgender in the match. I didn't know who the second one was. Who was the other one?
Maddie,
The winger near us, where he was like up and down the side.
Riley. These are the two. I believe the two. It's hard. But Maddie was I believe was born male, and scored both times.
Oh, so
for
the
the
surgery
match.
was pretty good. You can't really notice.
When you have a look at the footage,
You noticed that on Duffy?
no, it's,
I don't know.
it's simply size, man.
Oh, okay.
When
Yeah,
you've got
yeah,
4 inches above it.
I know the one, the second one. Yeah,
It's
I was
just
questioning.
And this is where I get into the debate. Maybe there should be just height and weight classes, like boxing, right?
What about just a transgender league or something? I don't know.
Look,
I think they should have 72 different leagues. One for each gender.
That's all, yeah.
And 72 bathrooms. We should go to Westfield with 72 bathrooms. We should change the whole Westfield.
I'm offended there's only 2 at the moment.
Yeah.
Or 3. There's coming out with 3, but that's not enough.
That would make them think about it because then they have to fork out a lot of money.
Yeah.
And all these companies like Nike that support it, and you go in and there's men's shoes and women's shoes.
Yeah,
That's a
what's
bit
with
unfair,
that?
isn't it?
That's actually so true. They're full of hypocrites, eh?
Zim.
They're full of hypocrites. We
Let
should
them
stand
fork
up
out the
against
money.
that.
Yeah. We should, I'm all
The next
for
rally
it.
here is going to be to make sure there's 72 bathrooms in every shopping centre.
Imagine that.
Every Westfield. Oh, I'll be here.
Good to see you.
See you, Charlie. Didn't get to ask you how is your Stand for Truth, Charlie Backus going?
Very good, very good. Very good.
You've had some decent guests on there.
Decent guests and going hard.
Yeah, someone tried to close my bag. He's like, "Oh, I'll close your bag for you," and broke it.
I'm not even going to try.
You see the buckle of it?
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, let me close your bag for you."
Hey, we'll do one again.
Yeah, let's do it.
Where's what? So
Giovanni's at an ordination.
at what?
He's in the ordination for Broken Bay Diocese.
Terrible. Oh, hold on. There's some people I haven't seen in a while. Seen a bit. Oh, no, that's fine. What can I do? How you going? Hello. Are you okay to be on camera?
Yeah, no.
No?
Not,
All right, well,
not
I'm
on
live.
this.
Oh, okay. Well, what do you think? I'm live. That's what I do. I'm a live streamer. See you, mate.
James White, potentially. What happens when you
I'm going to check some comments while I'm here. If there's any at all. I didn't check my audio before I came here. It would be hilarious, guys. It would be absolutely hilarious if it ends up being muted or I've got some stream. Yeah, there's some
merit to that. Yeah.
Well, there is truth to that one.
Yeah, what are you going to do with Scott Young?
Oh well, depends. I'm sure there's plenty that I could do. That's in that one. But how's he going?
Scott?
Yeah.
Resigned
You're not a Scott Liberal Party fan?
I was in there as an undercover spy just to hear what was going on and learn how the world works. But even somebody told me that once the ship goes down, I'll be taking it.
That's much of the Liberal Party. There's truth to that.
So you've got to watch where you put your energy, right?
Depends where people who use it. Ultimately, Simon was responsible for his own fate. When Channel 9 comes to talk to him and they ask him, is it true that you believe vaccines have chemicals in them? His answer is, well, they do have preservatives. It doesn't matter what you say after that. It doesn't matter you talk about mandates. It doesn't matter. He hasn't been media trained in preps. That was him.
He spoke to the Freedom
But he got in down at Sutherland.
Yeah.
He got a better seat. Why not?
That's right. Because I didn't know that they were going to be cameras. Still never told me who arranged.
Oh, I was there with the camera. No, I just hold my camera like this. This is what I do. I mean, this is not exactly subtle in this way, if that makes sense, right? This is I mean, you see a camera on a stick with things like this, someone holding it. This is not right.
This was in the park.
Yeah, and I was holding it just like this. So when someone's like, oh, I had this the other day at the park when I was filming the transgender game. It's like, oh, someone stopped filming you in public. Oh no, I just hold it like this. We're in public. What do you want to do? That's how it goes. Right. I'm going to keep moving. I'll see you later. See you. Bye. Okay. Just nice to see a protest with so many kids here. Let's see if I can do my backpack up. I was about to check comments. How come they get to sit up in there? I never get to sit up in there. That's not fair. I never get to film inside that, pointing that way. That's terrible. That's terrible. How come? Dude. Special privileges for those who have access, eh? Special privileges. We do have some comments. Alright, let me try and go through a couple. Joe chanting Chris Minns put the million in. Yeah, yep. God's children are not the soil. They're chanting "We want Trump." No, I don't think they were saying "We want Trump," but I wouldn't be completely shocked. So I can be there. Well done, guys. Everyone, give me some comments to some of the other people who came there. Have a look on Twitter in that way. Am I live on Twitter? It's often unreliable on Twitter. Stream drops out for whatever reason. Oh, Diego clipped it. There you go.
Everything's ready.
Kaloof responds to the. Oh, Diego got that one. He didn't even watermark it. There you go. Good on him. Good on him. And one more. We'll check over on YouTube. get Joanna out. Over on YouTube, if you want to drop a comment, now's the time for me to see it. Thank you, Anthony. Appreciate all the work you do in streaming events like this. Much appreciated it. Yeah, cheers. And where is this at? It's in the city, Sydney. I didn't mention it was in Sydney, but I'll update. Oh no, it did say the live protest against abortion in Sydney. Oh, but where in the city? Macquarie Street. So, gents, you can have a chat about why you've come.
Yeah, sure.
Tell us, why have you come?
We were invited on behalf of the ACL to help volunteer here today. Both passionate about abortion and believe the rights of every child should be defended. So that's why we gathered here today in unity with everyone from all the churches in New South Wales.
You guys go to uni?
Yeah, he's buddy.
Does everyone at uni agree with your views?
No, unfortunately. There were times in my class where I was the only person, unfortunately, who opposed abortion. And you can just see like the leftists take over the very anti-life stance that a lot of people are taking.
So you're against abortion?
I am against abortion.
And your university classmates who tended to be white were for abortion?
Yes, but they're not all necessarily white. It's just general. Yeah.
Most universities, many universities I've seen in the past, it tends to be the split. It's people who weren't born in Australia or more religious ending up to be speaking out.
Yeah.
So the leftist view of race is that they get to determine from their whiteness what whiteness is. And then the traditional societies have to fight against that because probably angrily to you, telling you what to think and that you're wrong.
Yeah.
And how long have you been with the ACL?
Myself for a couple of years.
Only a couple of years? Do you remember when it got bombed? Firebombed?
Firebombed, yeah.
Not that long ago, a little bit before your time.
Yeah, disappointing but not surprising.
Right to Life, Uni of Sydney. There was a bit of someone actually got injured to a live stream of a protest at that not long ago. And that wasn't, not ACL, but it was how can I put it? They ever got violent on this issue with you?
No, not violent. Like, I've received death threats before, like online, social media.
You have?
Yes, yeah.
You've received death threats over this issue?
Yes.
Yeah, wow. That's a lot. It's a lot.
It's an irony. It's an irony.
Oh, yeah. Because you're getting death threats because you're against abortion, but they want you to die.
Yes.
Ah.
Yeah.
How'd you process that one?
I suppose it's on social media, so it's not in real life. So I don't know if someone would actually do that, but it was confronting at first, but then just had to think about it and go, well, it's online, so no one's done it in person, no one knows where I live, so...
Did the university do anything about it?
No, they created a petition to kick me out of university as well when I was in university.
Okay, this I got it here. Tell me about this. You got a petition against you?
Yes, yeah. I got it taken down, thankfully, but they created a petition to remove me from my university, which is also University of Sydney.
Did you have to fight to take it down, or did they...
I did have to fight to take it down, yeah.
Or did hold on, a petition to kick you out of university, How is that not harassment?
Yes, I agree.
Hold on. Can I make your life just a little bit better with what I see over here? Give me 1 second. Hold on. Are you handing them out?
You want some?
Come on.
Thanks,
yeah, give. Let's go. I need some. I need some to sweeten up my interviews. Thank you.
Epic shit.
Here we go.
There you go.
Mate, have a lollipop.
Oh, thank you. I'll save that for later.
There you go. There you go.
He deserves one too.
Okay, you know
Thank you.
I'm equal opportunity on that. There you go. Sweeten up this interview. But you had which university? You may not want to name which university.
Oh, University of Sydney. Yes.
Oh well, yeah. I'm not surprised about that.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
So they may police your pronoun usage, but a public petition, I'm fair to call it a harassment campaign,
right,
was free speech?
So what did you mean?
From the university's point of view, it's free speech to petition you to get kicked out.
So not the university, the people in the university, or people actually tracked down where I went to university, people who don't even live in the state, and a petition to kick me out, and yeah.
So, did you continue with your course at University of Sydney?
Yes, yeah, I continued with my course.
And you completed it?
When it happened, I was out of uni. Like, they obviously saw that I studied there, and then they saw it, and thought I was still in, and they tried to get me out.
Let me keep moving along if I can, mate. Thanks for the chat.
No worries.
Chris Discoveries is the channel.
What's the channel?
Chris Discoveries. You
On
see the
YouTube?
text. You see the text. All three: Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. I on the spicier ones, I can't stream outside of Twitter, but Zuckerberg says he's changing free speech these days, so we'll see how we go.
Oh yeah.
There you go. Who's that?
There you go.
Look at those handsome young fellas. Keep going. Thanks for the chat. What was the name?
Jacob.
Jacob. See you around.
Nice to meet you.
See you, man. Lovely guy. Lovely guy. But look at this! Handing him out.
Lollipop.
Lollipops. This is the sweetest protest I've ever been to. Can I take another?
Oh, go for it. There's heaps.
Yeah, send these out to people as interview trees. Look at this. I've never, guys.
Hey.
This is the sweetest protest I've ever been to.
Usually we get handcuffs given to us.
Yeah.
Rami's had a tough day.
I just realised, the audio wasn't great because I needed to buy.
No, it's fine.
I'm not an audio technician.
It's fine. It was fine.
And I need to get something called.
I know what you're talking about. The Rode XL, the Pro, the. Yep.
A tour radio.
You did fine.
Yeah.
You did fine. I listened on the way in. Yeah, it's a bit overexposed.
Yeah.
Hey, for those that are interested,
Diego has already. Go.
the Freedom of Information request to get all of the police documents, emails, recordings, everything that was any transcripts, any information between police, Chris Minns, ministers, members of parliament, police minister, etc., regarding the Dural caravan. They've successfully passed that just now, so I'm just about to post it.
Wow.
So now the inquiry is locked and loaded.
Wow.
But it's not going to commence until after the federal election.
Ah!
Or as in like the result of the inquiry.
That's a bugger. That could have shifted some real votes.
Yeah, but we'll hopefully get a positive outcome out of this. But yeah, this just happened now.
At least we get the truth. We're never going to get any of the
who knows
truth
if we even get the truth, but they've got the tools to get the truth. Now we just got to force it out of them.
Diego's already clipped you.
Yeah.
From the stream.
Lollipop, boys.
Go on.
All good.
Go on. Have it. Give him a. Rami, do you want a lollipop? Diego has already clipped your views on Avi Yemeni's angle on you. Yep, he already clipped it. He already clipped it and put it up. That fast.
Hey, learn from the best.
Yep. As a clipper.
Yeah.
As a clipper.
Learn from the best.
Respect for the trade. All right, I'm going to keep going. See what happens.
What was I going to
No?
post? No, I'm just gonna
he's
figure out
tweeting.
my caption now.
He's tweeting. He's putting a caption up.
Don't get me wrong, like I said, I agree with you guys. I just think there's a way to achieve the outcome. So, do you want to take a photo of the flyer with 5,000 people we've run out, down to the last one?
WA? What are we looking at?
This is that side. That's the New South Wales candidates.
Another family?
Well, we're the main Christian... Well, sorry. It's an accident with the shirt. Ignore the shirt.
Well, there's family first, there's one nation, there's
we're
now
the ones
another
who've been
party.
going for over 10 years. So you're right that, you're right. Different people are popping up saying, I want to start another Christian party. But we're the ones who have been running in federal elections as a registered party for over 10 years.
And can I just put that there? Yeah, just hold that there for me. Yeah, lovely. Right. But, mate, how many different freedom parties are there out there? And I don't mean you disrespect us. I'm sure you have been around for a long time. But this will be a sentiment shared by many different voters. And I've looked at the preference flows, and people have looked at the preference flows. Last election, there were 9 different, alt-right, right, especially on this abortion issue. There were 9 different parties that supported this, and they ended up getting 0 seats. Babbitt, but 0 seats. What? How? Why can't a deal be made? Lyle Shelton, Pauline Hanson, Libertarian,
So you would understand when you negotiate, to negotiate in good faith, you don't spill everything on camera, right? So you can understand it's not fair to others that I speak to name drop in front of a camera. So I am negotiating with others, but you can understand my reluctance.
What do you say to a voter? How do you explain the point of difference?
Well, the first point in a federal election, say, if you're an above the line voter, you're going to be told to pick 6, right? That's not our rules, that's the AEC rules. So obviously, if you're saying you're a pro-life voter, like line up a whole bunch of pro-life parties, and I mean, the way you can be a little part of the solution is start with the 6 most pro-life parties you can find.
But the reality of what we've learned from election after election is that there isn't a trickle down. It doesn't trickle down to a party that eventually ends up getting a seat. These preferences fork off and fly off to the Liberals. So what's the blocking point? Why are these different parties forming up? And what's the stopping point from having you guys get together in a union? Tough one.
Look, I mean, I can speak for me personally as part of the state leadership of Australian Christians.
Please.
I make phone calls in the last week.
Yep.
You know, parties and names that are very familiar. I have had personal phone calls to negotiate in good faith.
Right. No joke.
Yeah, I mean, and look, the people who I'm speaking to, they're trying, I'm trying. So it's not that... Look, there's a lot of people that would rather have less options for the voters. You know, I'm negotiating good faith. The people on the end of the phone with me are negotiating in good faith. We're trying. So, I mean, maybe sorry if the voters feel left down. Maybe we could have been further along. I suppose those of us in leadership, we have to wear that. It would have been better if we were further along. But
I'm sure there's a lot of voters out there who will say the thing, which is...
I will give a hint that the people who, with his good faith, it's not the most funded ones that I'm in direct conversations with. Now, if some of the better funded ones, if they ring me, I'll negotiate in good faith. Yeah.
Family first. Good guys, right? But let's move on let's talk about the Australian Christians. Let's move on from that, which is the number one for everyone's thinking, but put it aside. Australian Christians, tell us about platform, party, names. Asher Wolfson, there's the name I'm checking number one.
Yes,
Asher
number
Wolfson.
one. Yes.
Tell us about Asher Wolfson.
So Asher goes to a church in Ryde, a community church over there. He works in the building trade. He first started volunteering and attending meetings with Reverend Niall about 5 years ago. So a lot of our more experienced people have come from the Christian Democratic Party, but we welcome people who have never joined a party. We do welcome members of other parties. We do appreciate if they tell us for administrative reasons.
So Australian Christians, tell us about the party and why put them first above, or what's unique, special?
So one of the things for us, particularly if you're not from the 2 biggest cities in New South Wales, Sydney and Newcastle, we travel as much as we can throughout the other parts of New South Wales. So issues like roads, issues like rural GPs. So we do our best to understand not just the Sydney Newcastle issues, the other ones. So that's one point of differentiation. I mean, I'm very passionate to defend school scripture. Other parties might say that, so I'm not going to claim we're the only one, but in terms of what do we stand for, I put that near the top. Obviously, we had a few volunteers here at this pro-life rally, so we're a pro-SRE party, we're a pro-life party. No, I'm not going to try and pretend others aren't, I'll just let them speak for themselves.
What makes you the most pro-life party?
Oh, look, I'm not going to make that claim, because I haven't necessarily sat down carefully and read line by line what others. I mean, we've got 2 websites. If you Google Australian Christians, you'll get to our websites. I'm not going to necessarily claim that I can prove we're more pro-life than other sympathetic parties.
How do we find out more? Website, things like that?
Yeah, you could just Google Australian Christians. We do have 2 websites. You'll find at least one.
Okay, lovely. Thanks for your time. What was your name again?
Carl.
Thanks, mate. Chris Discoveries. The channel's called Chris Discoveries.
Sorry?
Chris Discoveries. The channel's called Chris Discoveries.
Right. Now, would you be interested? I am organising a bit of media for particularly Asher. Can I grab a number?
Drop me a DM, please. Drop me a DM. Or I'll even, I don't know if my second phone is going to do this.
I'm going to prank you. That's a good first
no
step.
iPhone.
Sorry.
That's okay. Chris Discoveries. Drop me a DM. I got to run. I can't read my phone on stream. I can't read my phone out on stream. I'm sorry, mate. Chris Discoveries. We'll stick with you while you're putting up Chris Discoveries.
And surname?
Chris Discoveries. Coveries.
COV. Sorry, big thumbs. Once you're up, I'll screenshot it, and then I got it from there.
No, I'll bring up the stream, which you're on right now.
Oh, okay, sweet.
There you go. It's you. All right. I gotta
Okay,
keep
thanks,
moving.
thanks, bye.
Carl.
Bye.
I'll talk to you. See you. Content creators.
Yes.
Did you get a permission to do that from the... Hang on, Chris. Don't panic. Everyone's going to boss you around, tell you can't... Are you guys... Are you independent?
Oh, yeah, I'm independent myself, yeah. He's recording for me, but I'm editing and producing it all.
Hero. Editors. There's no one more important in the food chain uncredited enough than editors. You should watch his feed. He really is. I respect, man. As someone who's a content creator, live streaming, so whatever you say. Chris Discoveries. What's your channels? What's your socials? What do you do?
My name is Callum. My handle is Writings of Callum.
Say it again.
Writings of Callum.
WRITINGS of Callum space _ anything.
No spaces, no. Just all one word.
YouTube, Facebook, Twitter.
So I have Instagram and YouTube and Facebook.
Yep.
Yep. And so what I like to do... Sorry about that. 1 sec.
No, tell us about what you do on Writings of Callum.
So I write things with an intention of being a vessel of God to set people's hearts on fire for Him. And so one of the ways I do that is through article writing. Also, I can...
Writings of Callum, help us out. Tell us more where you go.
I'm getting into a bit of poetry as well.
Okay.
The creative sort of arts of that. But yeah, like really just like video sort of work and yep, here we are.
That's just... Oh, Writings of Callum, lovely. My Youth Day 2023 experience, yeah. Keep talking.
Yeah. So I just look at a bunch of Catholic content and I make videos on that sort of thing. And yeah, simply that's it. I just, whatever God puts on my heart, I like to write about. And, yeah.
Yep, nice short. Oh, okay, that's fun. You'll do well on TikTok. Yeah, very well. Yep. And you're just trying to... Yeah, cool, all right. Short form video content.
Yeah.
You got an interview with Matt, what's ACL?
The Christian lobbyist.
Yeah, what's his name again?
Joshua.
Joshua, yes, Joshua. You got an interview with him. Did you get one with the lady herself?
Yes, I have. I actually know her personally, so it was, yeah. So it was nice to get an interview with her.
What are you filming on? You're filming on your Rode Wireless Go 2 and
with my
your
phone.
iPhone 15?
14 Pro.
14 Pro?
Yes.
Can I have it for 1 second? Were you...
So...
No, one more.
I wasn't using cinematic myself.
Turn it my way and have a look.
Yeah.
I turn it towards me and have a look. See what it does.
Yeah, wow.
Useful, isn't it? You like that?
Yeah, it's very good. I use it during the when they're doing like the talks and the speeches, that sort of thing.
Even if you're not using cinematic at that moment, you can turn cinematic off later on, or you can move the focal point in post.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting me know that. I appreciate that.
Drop me a DM. I love talking about content. My backpack's full of gear.
Yeah, wow.
Some guy walked up to me and said, "Oh yeah, let me just close your backpack for you earlier," and
wow.
broke it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, thanks. I'm not sure who that was. He was like, "I'm going to close your backpack for you." I'm like, "Oh yeah, thanks, mate." And then
yeah.
So I got the big flash up there, and yeah, let's talk more.
What was your handle?
Chris Discoveries. I portmanteau of Chris and Discoveries.
Okay.
YouTube?
Yeah. I don't have YouTube on my thing.
Oh, he's being a bit Privacy where? Yeah, well, yeah. Chris, it's going to be ER. Oh, what? No, almost. Just get to there and go back one, and it will automatically autocomplete.
Oh, it's a couple of reads.
And who's that?
Oh, that's me. Yeah, great. Awesome. No,
Callum,
thank you.
drop me a DM. Love to talk content creation and.
Cheers, mate. Thank you very much.
Name's John.
John.
Nice to meet you, Chris.
Nice to meet you, mate.
All the best. See you, mate.
See you, mate. Meet this guy. He needs some good.
Stop it.
He can't stop me. He can't control me. I'm not in the party. He can't control me, but he will give you a lollipop. The audio's fine, bro. The audio's fine, bro.
Yeah, it was fine towards the end. Yeah.
Yeah, it was fine. It's all good.
Yeah. Hey, there's a problem here.
Bowen and Burke and Claire, they don't want this to affect their seats. So we are going to be campaigning. I'm flying to Sydney every week to do this. Like, this is not a joke. This is a bill that will change the nature of our country. We're not waiting. We're not waiting till May.
I have very, very serious concerns.
How stupid do people think we are? That we're going to wait till the federal election is over? The one leverage point that we have? No, we're going to.
I do not understand how they work up in there.
Yeah.
They go for supper at 6:30. They come back to 8. There are times where, like last time we were here, we waited till 4 in the morning for them to finish with something because I don't understand what they do up there. It's a very, very opaque.
Yeah.
They have their own rules. So what I've been told is it won't come out of there in the next 2 weeks, and then it'll come back down here when we're back, and that's not a little May. Now that might have something to do with timing. It might not.
It needs to. Next week, you guys vote on the bill in full, and you block it in full, and then we won't hold our rallies before the federal election, and we won't letterbox all the ladies.
And you know what? Abortion is very. There's so much. You can get an abortion. It's not like you can't get an abortion.
We don't have the numbers in the upper house, right?
No, Nathan. It's as simple as this.
When you speak to anyone in my community or anyone...
Every Labor MP in the upper house needs to vote against it, and then it doesn't pass.
This gentleman's going to attest to it. You speak to anyone in the faith community, I have an open door policy.
Yeah, but that's not enough. Like, the bill can't pass. I'm sorry. It's as simple as that.
If you want to sit down and have a good faith conversation, my door's always open.
Yeah, thank you, Nathan. Yeah, thank you.
All right.
And
It's not against you personally.
It's not.
It's just politics.
It's
we're
politics.
just trying to kill the bill.
We're sick of losing, and we're sick of being screwed over, and so that's.
I don't know. They targeted you first. I don't know why.
Now we're just being a bit
I don't know.
No, we got heaps of money. Like, see, the other side has always been ruthless, and they win, and that's going to happen here. Like, everyone's job is on the line because people of faith are not going to vote for you.
It's your job, mate, but there's a lot of babies whose heads are rolling, all right?
Yeah,
it's not just you.
Yeah,
it's not
so
just
like
you.
that,
And we're sorry for you, man. Like, it's,
like you may leave
well,
your
you seem,
seat.
you seem
Like,
upset.
you
I
might
understand
lose
that,
your seat
but it's
because
not.
of
We're
this.
not trying. It's not
Yeah.
personal.
And I appreciate you trying to make me upset because it's good content.
I'm not filming.
We don't know who this is.
Yeah, thank you. But
I put my camera away.
Yeah,
Speak to any of the faith leaders.
we should have been filming.
I filmed most of it.
Always happy to sit down and have a chat.
Thanks, Nathan.
Thanks, mate.
Do you want to tell us what happened there?
Well, I just spoke to Nathan Haggerty. He's a bit concerned that we're letterboxing his seat tomorrow. He says that he is going to vote against the bill, but to be honest, it's just not good enough. It's like what Chris Minns said. I'm personally against the bill. What really needs to happen is that Labor needs to block this bill, or we keep fighting. And they want to kick the can down the road to after the federal election. Well, that just gives us permission to keep fighting for the next 6 weeks until that federal election. We will make this not just Minns' issue, but Albo's issue, unless they block this bill in the next week.
Isn't the Labor Party the one pushing this? Isn't it going to completely support it up and low?
Look, it's coming from the Greens, and Labor has the capacity to stop it. And if they stopped it, then this ends. And that's what we're asking for.
Well, who always is it? The Liberals?
I might just leave it there. Thank you. Sorry, because have you spoken to the kids?
Yeah, I'm so sorry, Doctor. My name is Jimmy. I'm from the Australian Christian Lobby. I'm one of the volunteer leaders at I'm the volunteer leader in Werribee. So that's my statement.
Very media savvy. Didn't want to go further. Very media savvy. Very good work. Good work. Stuff. So I'm going to talk to this man about his S5 Mark II.
No, this is the old one. This is a GH5.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
That's okay. It's a great unit, but we
sometimes the budget's low, you know. But
10 to 25 2.8.
Yeah.
Man, that was magic when it first came out.
Yeah.
Absolutely magic.
Is this what you use for your stuff?
A7 III, 35 to 150, 35 F2.
Yeah.
150 2.8.
You should be getting on the AS7 S3. Right.
Absolutely. Could you drop it off in my place? Same reason you're using a GH5, maybe.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That said, they're not that much better. Like, I could buy an A7 IV if I wanted to.
Yeah.
I could probably
Well,
grudgingly
that A7S has probably got great low light.
Mate, my webcam at home is an A7S Mark 1.
Okay.
$600.
Yeah.
$600, they're beautiful.
Yeah.
You chuck a beautiful, yeah. So I love them. But A7S III, it's a lot of money, mate.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
$3,000.
right. Yeah.
You know, you can pick these up now for $1,200, and I bought this one for 18. So, very happy with it. Tell us about where we will see the beautiful images from your 10 to 25.
Have you heard of Charlie Blackwell's Stand for Truth?
I have.
Yeah, so I help him out with his podcast. So I've set up his podcast. Yeah.
Beautiful
And so I've just gone around that and talking to some people why they're here, and hopefully we just might use that footage to obviously show society or show the world who's been here, how many people have been here, what people believe. Mostly because mainstream media won't show that. So you need another voice.
From uni. I'm just gonna chat up.
All right, Elijah.
Thank you.
See you, buddy.
Sorry.
Nice seeing you. Yeah. And what brings you here? Because I've seen your face around.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm not anyone.
Yeah. You're at Belfield.
Where?
Belfield
Oh, that's
Church.
Western Sydney. I'm too racist to go there. Yeah, that was a good one. That was a party.
And then I think I've seen a recent article that you were watching some men play soccer.
I was.
Yeah.
See, that actually did. I don't always know what happens. I just put stuff up because that was me just genuinely being grumpy. I went to follow a bouncing ball, which you and I know is actually really difficult.
Yeah.
Like, I was using my FZ 2500, which is a bridge camera,
Okay.
and I'm at 900 mil,
Yeah.
and I still can't see it, right? And I was just there as a bit of a technical challenge and see if something happens while it's there.
You live close by?
Yeah, well, look, I was just there on the sidelines,
Yeah.
just watching what was happening.
Yeah.
And then that happened, and that surprised me that it kicked off like how it did. Honestly, I was like, "This is a slow news day for Ben Fordham."
Yeah.
But can I say?
Because how did that blow up? Like, because you must have posted it.
Yeah.
Did you send it to him or?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
What I was surprised it blew up, but then as I looked more at the comments on Ben Fordham's page, people are kind of sick of bullies.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter whether it's filming in public, it doesn't matter whether it's transgender, woke, abortion, you can't say this, you must welcome to country, you must kneel to BLM. We're just kind of over bullies, we're over lockdowns, we've had enough of it. So I'm like...
I mean, as well as Aussies with tall puppy syndrome, I think anyone who's on the high horse.
We're kind of, how I described it, I'm not sure if you saw,
Yeah.
simpy white men who think they can politely bully you into doing what they want totally unlawfully.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's not a very good view. Oh, that's sexist.
Yeah.
Oh, completely weak trash men. Get out of my face, go away. And that's how I posted it up. I put it up. I didn't call him white at the time. That would have been racist in that way. But I am racist. I'm generally racist against whites most of all.
Are you
Because
white?
they just.
You're white? No?
I am. I'm racist against whites, so that makes me self-hating. No, I just mean whites who hate other whites and think they can tell other whites. That whole trash.
Yeah.
It's not exclusively white. It's all kinds of people who think they can tell people.
I think it's
who-
more elitist than...
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Happens. I was next to Steve Bannon when he said the biggest enemy of Jews in America are progressive, self-hating billionaires.
Yeah.
Billionaire Jewish Zionists.
That's right.
And I was like, oh, that's a good point. It's interesting. Maybe that's where all the hate's coming from. A couple of George Soroses.
And obviously they've got enough power and money to drive, or to at least try and make themselves feel good, but at the expense of everyone else.
Yeah. Because you speak to people, and I don't think it's a wide thing that people hate Jews. I think people hate George Soros.
Yeah.
And then that leads to, if you hate George Soros, you hate Jews. It's like, what?
Yeah.
No. Oh, well, and then that leads to a whole explosion of dialogue.
Yeah, cool.
Thanks for chatting, mate.
Nice
Love
chat.
the bouquet.
Cool.
on your podcast, I've been watching a few of
Oh, you
them.
have?
Yeah, absolutely. It's high production value.
So obviously I try to get Charlie to talk tonight, but I think he just wants to come here as
Charlie
as a
never
citizen.
He never wants to talk.
Yeah.
I've tried to get Charlie on camera
Have
so
you?
many different times. Yeah, he calls me from like private numbers and payphones and shit.
I
I'm
think
like,
he's trying to he obviously doesn't want his image tarnished. Obviously, but really depends on what kind of light you end up showing on him. So he's trying to avoid the risk of anything.
He does have to be careful. That's true. He does have to be careful. But you've got to do that with practice, and he's a public figure now.
That's right.
So
he's got a lot of supporters, but he's got a lot of people that are waiting for him to step up.
Absolutely, and that's part of politics, and it's just about practice, getting better at it. But I get why he's trying to guard it.
Yeah.
But come on, it's me. I'm not too bad.
That's true. You've been at the good places, and
I precisely do this for the more honest, open-ended conversations.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, hopefully, I don't think our conversation was that fruitful. That's going to make anywhere, but
Oh, it was an interesting one. It's a behind-the-camera kind of chat in that way.
Yeah, cool. All right. See you, mate.
Thanks, mate.
God bless
See
you.
you. Okay. Winding down. Can't believe I got selling me lollipops. Do I suck a lollipop? Look at this, guys. No, I'm going to go. All right, guys. That's the end of the stream for now. Thank you for watching. See you next protest.